When people think of China, they usually picture massive modern cities, shiny skyscrapers, high-speed trains, and endless technology. But if you take a closer look, you'll see the ancient foundations that shaped China into what it is today. Jiang and I lived in Nanjing for a year and a half, and what makes this city so special is how it blends the old with the new. One of the best examples, the Nanjing City Wall. Most people only think about the Great Wall of China near Beijing, but China actually has many great walls, and Nanjing has one of the most impressive. 现在我们在南京的长城，好漂亮，我觉得很有意思。Sophia 非常喜欢玩打破。好，黄色的是鸡鸣寺。You can see parts of it all over the city, but our favorite spot, when we were out boating on Xuanwu Lake. Being surrounded by this massive ancient wall, it was like stepping into a different time period. In this video, we're taking you back to our visit to the Nanjing Wall Museum, where we got to see how this incredible structure was built and why it still stands today. Just a heads up, this footage is from a year ago, from when we were still living in Nanjing. But I've been meaning to share this because it's such a cool piece of history that more people should know about. During the Ming Dynasty, Nanjing was a major center for commerce, where copper coins were the primary currency in circulation. Here we can see some old currency along with a portrait of Zhu Yuanzhang, the founder of the Ming Dynasty. The bricks for the Nanjing Wall were fired in specialized kilns across Jiangsu and Anhui provinces, ensuring durability and uniformity. Historical records show that the bricks from different kilns varied slightly in color and texture, depending on the clay source and the firing techniques used. Oh, that's where they make them, like to heat them up and cook them. These kilns operated at extremely high temperatures to produce dense, weather-resistant bricks, ensuring the longevity of the Nanjing Wall, which has stood for centuries, with each brickmaker engraving their name as a mark of craftsmanship and accountability. And this wall display honors the many Chinese bricklayers who built the Nanjing Wall. Everybody here was searching to see if any of the bricks had their last names on them. This exhibit also showcases different types of bricks and the layering techniques used for various sections of the wall's gates. I think that the bamboo scaffolding is truly remarkable. It's been used for centuries and remains in use today. And when I saw this display, I just thought it was so cool just to be able to have an idea of how things were set up and how the wall was built. Here's a display of the original Forbidden Palace, which was in Nanjing City. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in 1644. This book commemorates Nanjing hosting its first World Expo. Next, we see Sun Zhongshan's funeral procession book, detailing his burial wishes. These preserved fragments of the Forbidden Palace survived the attacks on Nanjing. Seeing the intricate details on these small pieces makes it easy to imagine just how magnificent the entire palace must have been. Beside them is an image depicting the original Forbidden Palace. It really looks like it would have been so beautiful. The ancient scripture documents water drainage projects in Nanjing. Nanjing implemented advanced water drainage systems to manage floodwaters from the Yangtze River and improve the city's overall sanitation, contributing to its growth as a thriving capital. While these valves were used to control the water levels of Qinhuai River. This stone stele from the Qing Dynasty marks the East Water Gate. I think it's really cool how they were able to preserve all of these original pieces of history so that we can actually see how things looked. Moving on, we see depictions of daily life during the Ming Dynasty, including opera, restaurants, and everyday activities. I personally love this horizontal picture. I just think it's really cool to see what things might have looked like back in the day and what people were doing. This is Jiang Jie Shi's Blueprint Book of Nanjing, offering a glimpse into the city's architectural planning. It's fascinating how the different gates are seamlessly integrated into the modern road system, allowing you to drive right through them. This was just a quick preview of the museum, but there's so much more to explore. You could easily spend hours immersed in its rich history, and I highly recommend you visit to experience it for yourself. I'll put the address of the location below, and if you have any questions, just let me know. The museum is right beside Laomendong, so we decided to go for a little walk and see what it looked like. This place feels like stepping into a different era. Laomendong isn't just an old street, it's a living piece of history, tucked away in the heart of Nanjing. Walking through here, you can see the layers of history, wooden doors worn smooth by time, stone pathways that have been walked on for centuries. But what I love most is how this place is still so alive.
Grab that toy.
One of my favorite things about places like this is that they keep traditions alive. Whether it's the architecture, the food, or the people who have been here for generations. You can feel how deeply rooted Nanjing's history is. Modern China moves fast, but places like Laomendong reminds us where it all started. It's not just about preserving the past, it's about carrying it forward one street at a time. This area has no commercial, but it's literally the cutest. As we walk around the Nanjing Wall, I can't help but think about how lucky we were to experience this. It's incredible to see something that's been standing for centuries, and it was such a memorable moment for us as a family. And even though we're far from Nanjing now, this trip still holds a special place in our hearts. It reminds me of how much history connects us no matter where we are in the world.